channel. I'm so excited. I've done a video about 3 years ago when I was in my dorm room, and now I'm out in my own apartment, and I thought I would start making YouTube videos again, but really taking the time to really put hard work into them and to come at you. Okay, so at this point you already sent your application, you got the call saying, hey, come in for an interview. This is what you do. This is what I did, and I definitely think it is a good way to start off the interview process. First off, you definitely want to dress the part. When I say dress the part, you don't have to come down, goose down, all fabulous, high-end, whatever it is, but you definitely want to dress like you belong. So what I did for my process, I wore all black to every interview I came into, whether it be like a cute black dress, black slacks and a top, or like a black skirt and a blouse, whatever it is, all black, because that's the uniform that they wear at Victoria's Secret, and that's the job you're going for. So why not dress the part and let them know, listen, I'm ready to work. I'm here. I got my all black on. I'm like letting you know, like, listen, I'm not just coming in like khakis or jeans. I'm letting you know that, hey, I want this job. I'm dressed for the part. I'm ready for it. That's the first thing I definitely recommend. Second thing is, make sure you look presentable. Your hair, however it is you rock your hair, do that. Make it look nice and presentable. Whether you have your hair straightened, natural, whatever it is, make sure it just looks neat. Another thing is when it comes to makeup. Some people love wearing makeup, some people don't. Don't go against who you are. If you don't like wearing makeup, don't wear it. Just make sure you don't got no crumbs on your lips, a little mascara, eyeliner, whatever it is, no makeup at all. Be yourself, but you definitely just want to give off that vibe like, hey, I want to look presentable to where as though you guys like me when you give me this interview. And also so when I start working there, I'm going to look presentable to where as though customers are going to be like, hey, she knows what she's doing. Hey, she looks really well put together. Let me go ask her a question. Because if you come in there looking like a bum, you might not get the job. I'm sorry. Like, your appearance is the first thing people see, so that has to be on point. The next thing I would say is be polite. Even if you are the ratchetest person in the world, during an interview, you want to turn on that polite voice, that nice welcoming tone, and you just want to show them that you have manners, you carry yourself well. So being very polite is also good, because when it comes to you talking to customers, you do not want to be rude or loud or just not put together in the way you talk when you're talking to a customer. Even when you're talking to your managers, they want someone who is able to speak in a tone that is welcoming, as well as speak in a tone where as though you're very confident about what you're saying, because customers are attracted to confidence. If you're selling them something and even if you don't know what you're talking about, when I worked at Victoria's Secret, it was so many times where I was second guessing if this was correct or not, but you sell it like you had confidence in it. And then once you get done talking to that customer, if you are unsure, you go to your manager and say, hey, was this right? Is that wrong? And then you go back if you need to correct the information that you gave. So those are my first couple of tips. Okay. So after you're being very polite in your interview and just answering all their questions, you definitely want to have questions. When they get to that part, even though I'm like kind of jumping, when they get to that part about, do you have any questions? Always say yes. Always have questions. Don't just sit in the interview and listen to what they're saying and be like, no, I don't have any questions. Or even if you don't have a lot of questions, make sure it's a two-party conversation, whereas though they're asking you questions, you're asking them questions, or when they say something you agree or disagree, whatever it is, you want it to be a two-person conversation, not a lecture where you're just sitting there, because then the person who is giving the interview, they're like, so you ain't get no questions out of all this? Or like, huh, I'm tired of talking. Like, you have any questions? So it's always good to like at least try to get one or two questions. When it comes to the questions, you want to ask, well, what's a typical day like at Victoria's Secret? Or you want to say, for this mall or for this shopping center that your area is located in, how's the traffic? these are questions you want to ask them. Ask them like, how is the traffic? Because ultimately, if you are working at a slow mall, my mall was very slow during the week. Friday to Sunday, that's when it picked up because everyone was off work, the kids were out of school. That's when it was busy. But if you work at a slow location, you have to realize there's going to be some times when you were at that job and you were just like, I done folded every panty on the panty table. I done color coded every single bra in their drawer. What the heck? So you definitely want to ask some questions about their establishment because you want to know, is it a busy location? How's the traffic? What is the people, who are the people that you see coming in? Is it more teenagers? Is it more guys buying gifts for their wives or girlfriends? Is it more women coming in after work to grab some panties? You have to ask these questions not only for them to know that you are interested, but also for yourself so you know what type of environment you're stepping into. Another thing you want to ask, at least I asked, was how many people normally work and how are your hours going? Because if you are looking for a full-time job, you don't need a part-time job. If you're like, I have a job already, I'm looking for a full-time job, ask them, how are your hours? How do your hours go? Is the staff always is it always a full staff working on a shift? You want to know these questions because these are the ultimate questions that are going to determine once you get the job, because you're going to get the job. We're going to speak this into the atmosphere. You're going to get the job, but once you get the job, you need to know, am I only going to have one shift a week? Or, when I'm working, is it going to be like 5 other girls working? And that plays a role into the next part I'm talking about. You do want to know your brand. I know that's not what I ended at, but it's getting into, just keeping it in the back of your mind about how many people are working on the floor, because I'm going to come back into that topic, and it's going to be very rewarding for you to know how many people are working with you and things like that. But you want to know your brand. You want to know the brand you're selling. When you have your interview, they are going to ask you, well, what do you know about Victoria's Secret? And for me personally, I did not shop at Victoria's Secret because, I did a year in college. I didn't finish. Still figuring everything out. But I was coming from working part-time jobs. So I didn't have money to be up in Victoria's Secret buying bras and panties and mist and perfumes and backpacks and all that other good stuff. I would walk past Victoria's Secret because I'm like, listen, I don't have the money for that. So you definitely want to know the brand. Even if you don't shop there. Like I didn't shop there, but I knew the brand before I came into that interview. Definitely one thing you want to know are the collections. There are a couple collections. And I remember most of them, but I do have my little notebook just in case I forget. So the first collection that you want to know, or the first collection I'm going to list, is your pink collection. Pink collection is more advertised for like college students, girls in high schools. That's where you have like your pink collection and the panties, the sweatsuits, the backpacks. They have swimwear. That's in pink. Then you also, I had matte lipstick on, and that's always like the worst when you're talking for a really long time. But anyway, you have your pink collection. You have your very sexy. That's where you have a lot of your lacy panties and your fishnets and your bras, your lingerie. Very sexy. Then you have your Body by Victoria. Body by Victoria is more so like your everyday bra. It's very comfortable. It's something that you can wear every day. The panties are still very cute, but they're comfy too, which is always a plus. You have your Dream Angel. Your Dream Angel has, the false lace. It has a lot of like light colors, very like blues and pinks and creams and whites. They do have like the ones that have like little crystals or gems and things like that placed around the bra, because it's supposed to be very like whimsical and fantasy like. So that's Dream Angel. You have your sports collection where you have your sports bras, your workout pants, things like that. You also have your cotton. Cotton is the 5 for $27 panties and the 2 for $49.50 bras. Those are like for people who come in and they want Victoria's Secret, but they might not have the money to shop from the other collections. They're still really good bras and good quality, but it's kind of like the underrated kind of collection. People sleep on it a lot. It is a good collection if you do just want that Victoria's Secret feel without having the money to purchase the other collections. You still get a Victoria's Secret bag too, you know. But yes, it is a really good collection. Have to look down for this one. Oh yeah, you have your t-shirt bra. T-shirt bra, they're really comfortable. They have like the front closures. More so it looks, the fabric is kind of compared to like a nice t-shirt. It has a really seamless look to where as though you can wear it under t-shirts or blouses, things like that, without anything showing. For some reason with the t-shirt collections, they don't really have solid colors. Everything has like that color mixed in with like a grayish or whitish kind of undertone to it. You can definitely Google it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Another thing is the Bombshell. Bombshell is your push-up bra that adds the additional 2 cup sizes. Those are really good for people who are flat-chested, or who, you know, might have less tissue at the top and they want to push everything up. That's a really good bra. And the good thing is about that bra, they recently, earlier in the year, that bra only went up to like a 38D or maybe like a 36 double D. They recently brought it up to, it goes up to like a 38 double or 38 triple. So a lot of the bras in the store are going up to bigger cup sizes. So that's definitely something you want to remember. You definitely want to feel it. And they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I love Victoria's Secret. I come here with like my mom all the time or my friends, and we're really excited because they just added bigger sizes. Say that. Be like, I'm so excited they added the bigger sizes. Even if it's for yourself, let them know that you keep up to date with what's going on with the company. That's definitely going to help you too. I think I went over all the collections. Yeah. What else do I have in my notes? Oh yeah. So the overall interview process, I had about 3 interviews. I had one with the store manager, I had one with the stockroom manager, and then I had my last interview, which was basically when they said I got the job. So I'm not sure. Everyone is different. You might get 2 interviews. You might just have 1. But there definitely is going to be an interview. And then when they have you come back or they call you to let you know you got the job. So at this point, you guys are having your conversation. They're asking you questions. You're asking them questions. You know, you're putting in little statements to let them know that you do shop at the location. You know about their collection and things like that. And then another thing is, every time, for the most part, Victoria's Secrets are always a part of either like a strip mall or indoor mall. So I know for my interview, they had me sit outside in the mall. We sat by the fountain and she asked me questions. She gave me my interview outside. So it might be like that. So when you come in, you'll have your pocketbook, you know, or your wallet or something like that sitting down with you, and the manager is going to say, you know, this job has to do with sales. You have to be able to sell items. You have to know what you're talking about. So sell me your wallet or sell me your phone case. This is the phone case that I had with me when I had my interview. I had like an Android or whatever, and it was sitting on the bench, and she was like, sell me that. And I'm like, what? Like, it came out of nowhere. But so yeah, she was like, sell this to me. And I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but you gotta be quick. Like, you might take a second to think about it because you don't want to just say any old thing, but you know, can't wait too long. So I'm like, yeah, this is an awesome wallet / phone case. I really enjoy it. One, the color is really pretty. It comes in a variety of different colors. So whatever color you like or want to match your pocketbook or whatever, you can definitely, you have options. It does have a place to hold your credit cards, which is great because you don't have to worry about carrying a big wallet with you. You can sit all your credit cards in here, maybe a little cash in the middle, and you still have your phone, everything in one place. I love the fact that you're able to open and close it. It is secure to where as though if you are getting a phone call or a text message or anything like that, everyone doesn't have to see it because it is carried. It is covered It's just an awesome thing to have. It does have this nice little handle, so when you go out, your hands are still free, but you still have everything with you. And it's just an awesome phone. I don't know what I would do without it. Boom. And she was like, okay, that's good, but you definitely want to know, like, whatever you have with you, or just make sure you have some thoughts in your brain on why you like it, just in case they ask you that. Well, that's what they asked me about. And yeah, it was more so like, well, do you have any questions? I definitely will say save the question about how much you get paid towards the end. Don't start off with that. Don't be like, how much I get paid. Be like, let's answer these other questions first. So definitely save that for later. But definitely ask it because you want to know how much you're getting paid. But just don't make it seem as if the money aspect is the only thing you care about. Because not only Victoria's Secret, but every store wants to know that the people they're hiring care about the brand and care about working. It's not just like, how much money am I getting paid? Because someone who is only working at a job for the money, a lot of times their service is not good. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. I think this is going to be the last part. Back to asking the question of how many people you work with. You definitely want to know that because just recently, maybe about a year or two ago, Victoria's Secret did start an opportunity to where as though you get commission, which is great. Now, before when it started, you had to make a certain amount, like your average sales had to be a certain amount, and then you got commission off of that. But now they just make it to where as though you get commission off of whatever you sell. At least that's what I believe it was. It's been a couple months, but yeah, I believe that's what it was. You get commission off of whatever you sell. So the thing is, when you want to ask them that question, how many people you're working with, depending on how big your store is, or even if it's a small store and there are multiple people working, there are multiple people that have the opportunity to talk to these customers and get the sale. So for you, if you come in and you greet somebody, hi, welcome to Victoria's Secret. Do you know about our promotions going on? We do have our 5/27 going on today. We also have a wonderful sale on our perfumes. When you buy $60 in fragrances, you do get a tote for free. Like, that's talking to someone, helping someone. But you can't stop there. You have to be able to give them the information, but also help them through their journey up until it's time for them to go to the register. But if there are 5 people working in the store and you're stationed in the front, if you don't give those customers a good impression or make it where as though you are extremely helpful, they'll walk through to another section and someone else can help them more than you and get either the whole transaction, depending on if the customer remembers you, or they're getting more money, because they're helping them differently. So you always want to ask them how many people ask them how many people normally work, how do the hours work, because that extra money can be a lifesaver. So you definitely want to ask them how many people work. And when it comes to the commission aspect of it, it can be very stressful. Just because, like for me, I worked at a very small Victoria's Secret. I was one of the few girls who worked there that didn't have like a family or anything that I was supporting. It's just me. But at the same time, I got bills that need to be paid too. So I got to hustle. But there are women who had children that they had to support. So their hustle was just as good as mine, if not better. So you have to be able to know you're working in a job where as though, yes, you want to be pleasant, yes, you want to get along with everybody, but everybody is trying to get paid. Everybody is trying to get money. Everybody is trying to have those sales where the person is not going to return the items to a different Victoria's Secret right after they leave because you pushed an item onto them that they didn't want. Those are the people that you don't want to be. You want to sell to what people need, and even if they don't know they need it, you want to help them figure it out. But you don't want to be a sales associate that is too pushy and is just getting people to buy stuff because you think it's going to help with your commission. And I know this is going away from the interview process, but it's just something that you definitely want to keep in mind. When it comes to Victoria's Secret, when you come in and after you shop and you go to the register and they're like, oh, who helped you today? Yes, that is for them to track who's helping, who's doing their job, but it's also so you get that money that you earn from helping the guests. So you you have to be able to fight for what you want, and not fight like fight me, no, not that, but to work hard to like fight for what you want. You have to be able to understand, yes, this is a job, yes, I'm going to do the best that I can, not only because it helps the reputation of this location, but because it's putting extra money in your pocket. So you definitely want to take that into consideration. Like I said, with the commission, I believe you get I'm not sure what the percentage is anymore, but you do get a percentage off of your total sales at the end of the month. So if you work with a lot of people, you're going to have to hustle extremely hard just so other people aren't able to take your guests and make more money off of the guests than you did, because you only sold them one pair of panties and they went in the other section, they sold them 2 bras, 2 panties, and perfume. So you definitely have to, like, you know, be ready, and on your interview, show them that you're passionate, show them that you're a hard worker, show them that, you know, while you're talking to this guest, yes, I'm going to be extremely polite, but I'm still listening to, even though I'm trying to be polite, I'm still listening to what they want like a professional. So I'm able to be like, oh, I remember you said your daughter was going away on a trip and she needed a bathing suit. Boom. Or, hey, I remember you said you and your husband were going away. Did you want to look at some lingerie? So you definitely still, you want to be polite during the interview through the whole process. You want to be really sweet, but also let them know, like, I'm savage. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to sell these panties and sell these bras and I'm going to make some money. But yeah, if you got an interview, or even if you didn't and you're still filling out the application, you definitely want to upsell yourself. If you've worked at multiple jobs as a cashier and they all had different systems, put that in there. I am, like, you know, profound. I don't know if I can say that. Is it profound or proficient? I'm proficient. I'm proficient in 5 different register systems. You know, I've worked at such and such. 'Cause at the end of the day, I worked at like a thrift store, a dollar store, a arcade. So it wasn't like I worked in like fashion retail so much. I did work at Charlotte Russe. I probably said that wrong. I feel like that's like where we're from. We say that weird. But I worked there, but it wasn't that long. But you just want to upsell yourself, you know. Say I've worked here, I've worked there, I'm proficient in all these different systems, you know, I can type at such and such speed, because that's good when it comes to the register. You definitely have to be able to do everything fast in the correct way, so that's always good. But yeah, you just want to be yourself, make sure you dress the part, know the brand, know the collections, be very polite in the way you speak, be able to sell anything they ask you to sell. And yeah, just be yourself. You already got the interview, so that's like half the battle right there. And you just want to do the best that you can. And even if you didn't fill out the application, now that you know all this stuff, go fill out the application and get that job, girl or boy, whoever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's not too long. I think it might be like, I'm mad that I looked down like I had a watch on, but I think it might be about like 10-15 minutes. So if you did make it through this whole video, I hope you guys were taking notes, and go on Google, you know, figure anything out that you have any more questions with, and I think you should be good. Oh, another thing, Victoria's Secret is not like Victoria. She is not a real person. She is a fictional character created by the creator of Victoria's Secret. She is supposed to be the ideal woman, the woman who is a mom, who is a business mogul, who does all these things but still wants to look sexy and is still a very classic look, and who is a hardworking person who still wants to look fabulous and feel sexy and just wants to take on the world and look fabulous in it and feel confident. So if they ever ask you about Victoria's Secret, just say that. Like, you don't have to be like, I know it's not a real person, but just say, you know, Victoria's Secret is created for that everyday woman who is working a 9-to-5, or that mom who is, you know, staying at home, who works their butt off but still wants to be very classic and sexy and very confident. And that'll give you too. Like, if you know that, oh, that's not a real person, and you know a little bit about that, that'll definitely help you too. but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am gonna make another video today, so if you see me with this same outfit on, I wasn't just like outfit recycling for like days at a time. I'm just making another video today, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you do get the job or you are thinking about applying, definitely drop it in the comments below, just so I can know that hopefully I helped someone or gave someone some good ideas. Bye.